Welcome in, fellas. Welcome back to yet another bit of Friday music news, weekly music news, with me, Andre Jordan of 96.3 Easy Rock. As you can see right here, we are back, man. We are here to talk about some history. History was made last month, well, really a couple weeks ago, July 31st, when Filipino boy group, our very own P-pop representative SB19, had made history as the first P-pop group to perform at Lollapalooza in Chicago. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Lollapalooza Music Festival is up there in terms of, some of the most popular, some of the biggest music festivals in the history of the world, if we're being honest, right? Coachella is the biggest, I think, without a shadow of a doubt, and we had a representative there, Beanie, this time around Lollapalooza, SB19, who also did us proud. And, at least from what I had seen online, the reception was great. They had performed some of their hits, and there was a sea of Philippine flags across the crowd, and for good reason. Beanie and SB19, but in this case, SB19, they always do us so proud. And so to see that much representation on the global stage, and especially on a stage this big and this significant, is great for us and great for our culture, right? I think. And so following the set, Forbes had even featured the group, focusing on how music bridges cultural and language divides. I mean, ang galing nga kasi habang nagpo-perform sila, meron silang piniplay sa screen na parang, ano ba siya? Bilingual na lyrics. Diba? It was may subtitle, kumbaga may lyrics na English and Filipino, and it was great. And, people always wonder, how is it that these international groups that perform in their own language and in their own mother tongue, how are they breaking through in the space of music wherein it's dominated by English? And it's through that. All it is, man, is communication and making sure that everyone is in line. And so this was great from SB19, if you ask me. Group leader Pablo and member Stel emphasized representing the Filipino community globally and taking risks without boundaries in this new era. And it is a new era of music, fellas. This new era of music, this new golden age, if you ask me, of music is the most connected that the music world and all these different countries have ever been. But this is nothing new if you think about it. Groups and foreign artists, foreign acts always, come together, go to different places of the world to try and get some form of recognition there. And this is no different, if you ask me. But it's the first time that we as we in the Philippines have gone to these sorts of depths of the world, these lengths, and have really made an impact, if you ask me. And so for me, it truly is the golden age of OPM. There's a lot of talk about that. A lot of people disagree, and people think na, lalo na sa mga tema ngayon ng music, diba? Tsaka sa quality ng music, gone are the days of, when music actually mattered and the craft mattered. Like, this is a real talking point online. But I disagree. There's still some real substance in the music that is being produced today. All it takes, man, is to just actually read into the messaging and what the content actually has in store for its listeners. And so, back to the performance, attendees praised their live vocals and stage presence despite the heat. I mean, I'd seen the video. It was during the day, so I imagine mainit talaga. And you never know with these music festivals, especially when it's so constricted. Diba? Ang daming tao, mainit talaga. If you've ever had the chance to ever attend a music festival, it really is hot. Like, even in cold places, mainit talaga siya. Kahit nga indoor na air-conditioned, mainit talaga because, there's so many people, and so it is just the way it is. Receptions highlighted the group's lawless outlaw concept as commentary on industry expectations. Yeah, if you saw some of their, yung mga get-up nila, mga suot nila, diba? It really had this outlaw feel to it, right? A lot of Western inspiration, cowboy looks to them, so galing. Fellow OPM artists celebrated their global milestone, and as we should. I feel like this was such a moment for the Philippines, and I feel like not everyone really paid attention. At least sa pagkakaalam ko. If you ask me, not everyone paid enough attention to the SB19 one in comparison to the Beanie Coachella appearance and performance, right? Like, not a ton of people even knew that SB19 had performed at Lollapalooza. For one, Lollapalooza is less popular than Coachella, although it's up there, right? I would argue top 3 music festivals in the world. But then also, Beanie just is more popular these days, I feel. And so, hindi talaga napagbigyan ng, same amount of attention, if you ask me, itong performance ng SB19. But, para sa akin, grabe, solid talaga. And this is coming from someone who isn't exactly a huge fan of pop in general, not just P-pop, right? Like, I'm not, the genres in music that I operate in are far, far off from whatever these guys are doing, right? I'm not exactly big on pop, and especially P-pop or K-pop, and so this to me is kind of foreign, this sort of culture that is ongoing with this, rise in P-pop. But I am still able to appreciate, all this that's going on, and a ton of people go out of their way to bash, you know, this sort of thing that's going on. Ang dami talagang nambabash, unfortunately. Pero kasi nasa Pinas tayo eh. Yun talaga. Hindi na mawawala na may nambabash ng sariling atin. But before I get on to, you know, some of the stuff that's circulating online regarding the performance, some of the negativity, let's go ahead and watch the performance. I do want to watch it, especially this. I think this was the last song they did. So itong kanta na to, yung CRIMZONE. Again, I'm not big on P-pop. I don't exactly know much of any of our P-pop representatives' music, but I know, you know, I know a good performance when I see it, and so we're gonna see if the hype is justified. You know, people were really telling the truth about this performance. A lot of people said it was sick, and so tignan natin. Although wala naman kasi akong tiwala naman ako sa mga to, magaling talaga sila eh. So panonoorin natin. Okay, so ito panonoorin natin. We're gonna check out this performance by SB19. I think the song is called CRIMZONE. I think this was the last song they did during their set at Lollapalooza. Ito si Stel, oh. Grabe yung get-up ni Stel, no? He's wearing like a, what is it? How do I explain it? A leather jacket that's, one is sleeveless and the other is a full sleeve. This is sick. Dami talaga, there's a lot, so I'm seeing a ton of Asian faces in the crowd. Hindi ko sure kung mga Pinoy puro ba itong mga Pinoy, but I mean, I assume that probably is the case. But yeah. And these guys, but I mean, just looking at it, and again, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of this sort of music, but this is sick. I can tell that this is solid talaga yung performance nila. Ang galing. Oh, he's rapping. Okay, this is sort of more my pace. This is more my speed. This is the sort of stuff I enjoy more. Yeah. Oh, he's flowing. I mean, that's okay. Hindi ko nagagets yung mga taong nagsasabi. Meron kasing mga nagsasabi din na ano eh, hindi daw maganda eh. But this is, how could you look at this and say na hindi maganda tong performance? This is sick, man. Or at the very least, at least decent. Diba? Kung hindi mo kayo nagalingan, at least maayos. At least okay siya at the very, very least if you ask me. I don't understand how some people could say na ano, napangit daw. Pablo. You know what it is? If not for the performance, or if anything else, if nothing else, their fits are fire. I am a big fan of some of their use of get-up nila dito. Okay. I assume this is you know, in the performance where this would be a moment. Again, I don't get it. I don't exactly delve or frequent the sort of genre, and so I assume that was probably a moment that we'll skim past it. But yeah, as I was saying, if nothing else, their fits are fire. Grabe yung get-up nila. Oh, they're moving. Yeah. Oh, he threw his hat. Yeah, This has to be the last song. Yeah, and they're really getting the crowd into it, which I appreciate, man. Talagang inaano nila yung crowd na sumabay tapos maki-jam, diba? This is sick, man. I don't understand how anyone could say that this was whack. This was so cool. This was so good. Galing, ang galing. Congratulations to SB19, and you know, as always, just spectacular. Galing, sublime. Okay, so eto na nga. I had seen online as well some of the discourse or some of the sentiments from people of the internet talking about this performance. And like I said earlier on, hindi na nga mawawala yung mga nambabash, di ba? May mga pambabash talaga na gaganap kahit anumang aspeto ng Pinas, di ba? Whether it's music, movies, modeling, politics, every space there is in the Philippines laging may pambabash. And so some of the stuff I had seen regarding this performance was ang asim daw ni Stel tsaka ng SB19, or baka si Stel lang, hindi ko sure. Stel or maybe the entirety of SB19, ang asim daw. And I was struggling to, hindi ko sure kung ang tinutukoy ba nila yung literal na maasim o yung mukhang maasim na, ano, yung syempre yung nauuso na kasabihan, di ba, na mukha daw maasim, ganyan. Baka naman literal na maasim yung tinutukoy na iba. Again, hindi ko sure. But all I'll say is this, magtaka ka na lang kung hindi mangamoy sa init ng performance na yun. Ba? At least binigay niya yung 100% niya para sa performance na yun. Di na baling mangamoy siya. If the reports are true. Because again, I am not sure, hindi ko sure kung tinutukoy ba is literal na maasim siya, like to the, you know, scent of smell or sense of smell, or baka yung tinutukoy nga is mukhang maasim. In that case, you are just a hating body shamer, if you ask me. Because how could you possibly, you know, properly, objectively hate on someone's physical appearance? Pero kung memes yan, syempre, iba naman kung memes eh. Pag memes, syempre, ibang usapan na yan. Masaya pag memes. Kung memes lang, mag-deodorant ka naman. But all in all, I'll wrap it up with this. You know, this was, like I said, how I started this whole thing still rings true to the end of this video. This was a historic moment for P-pop and Philippine pop culture, and we should treat it as such. This was a big milestone that we never thought would come in a million years. It has come so soon with products that we never thought ring internationally. We always thought that yung mga papatok sa international na mga music are probably in the English language, pero gawa dito, and we thought that was the formula, that was the theory, but turns out, even internationally, they appreciate music in our very own language and dialect. And so, this is a historic moment. Congratulations are in order, of course, to SB19, and more power. Onwards and upwards. All right, we'll wrap it up there, fellas. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Another weekly music update, Friday music update with me, Andre Jordan. I'll be back next week, of course, same time, for more of the same. Alrighty, for now, people, I'm gonna leave you with these words. Don't go changing, don't go chasing. Keep your close friends close, but your enemies closer. And once again, I'll see you all next week. Join the radio show. All right, 96.3 Easy Rock Airwaves. I'll see you guys there. For now, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. For more exclusive videos and artist interviews,
You can check out all our videos by clicking here.
and don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts too.
Links are in the description below.